Good evening, everybody. This is Doyoung Kim from SKPC News. Today, we're going to talk about the 4 global issues. To tell the conclusion first, I'm really worried about that. LG Chemical has been criticized for the recent manipulation issues. Following this, the stock price hit the ground in relative to the Kospi index. The more interesting thing is Gu Bon-hyun, one of the LG families, was wasted by the Interpol. Due to the consecutive incident, the LG Chem shareholders become very anxious. However, they cannot do anything because of the weak governance. But fortunately, the new engine of LG Chemical, Shin Hak-chul, apologized only in 24 hours. I hope this can relieve the public's criticism. Next thing is US and China trade war. When whales fight, it is shrimp that suffers. The US-China trade war is threatening the Korean companies. So Korean companies should take action to escape from this bloody sea. Then, what is the Korean #1 automakers, Hyundai Motors, doing? What a ridiculous. They fall in love with hydrogen cars. Given that the hydrogen cars is already diminishing, this romance movie will be end in a sad ending. To take a perspective of more detailed analysis, let's take a quick look about the DCF valuation by the SSY Investment. They assume that the reinvestment rate will maintain, but they assume that return on capital will decrease drastically. As you can see from this chart, the gap between two estimated is very huge. Therefore, we call them in and hear about the more detailed analysis and suggestion. Sang-hyun, can you hear it?
Hello. Hello, I'm Sang Hyun, consultant working at the SSY investment in China. Anyway, let's look at the sustainable competitive advantage of LG Chemical. From the current point of view, there are 2 noticeable strengths: technology and distribution. First of all, LG Chemical has invested large amount of money into R&D. As a result, they developed unique technology such as stack and folding or safety reinforced separator technology, which differentiate their battery by making more durable and heat endurance. Also, they invented the new batteries named NCM712 and NCM811 that reduce cobalt ratio and increase nickel ratio. This is very important for them since the cobalt price is very unstable and expensive. And at distribution, LG Chemical built their battery plant at the very close point of their customers like China, Poland, and USA. This makes LG Chemical more easily sell the battery to EV producers while cutting the cost of transportation. About temporary competitive advantage, now LG Chemical has very stable financial infrastructure. According to SSY investment valuation, stock price was estimated as undervalued about 200,000 won. However, they have 10% ROE and in spite of the 20% of market value based leverage ratio, that meaning that they are very good at operation and business. Due to all these strengths, LG Chemical is now superior at production capacity. They have 24 factories in worldwide, also planning to generate 122 gigawatt by 2020. That is about 3 times as many as their domestic major competitors, such as Samsung SDI and SK Innovation.
Thank you, Sang-yeon. And then, how about calling to Sunjin of SSAU Korea to identify the key problems? Sunjin, can you hear me?
Hello, this is Sunjin Kim from SSY Korea. Currently, LG Chem has 3 major problems. First of all, weak inbound logistics. LG Chem imports most of its supplies required for manufacturing its batteries from China and Japan. Therefore, its dependence on these countries are really heavy. Therefore, it has weak inbound logistics related to its global competitors like CATL or Tesla. In terms of CATL, it gets its supplies from its own country, maintaining its cost of production low. In terms of Tesla, it has strong and stable relationship with Panasonic, which is its main supplier. Therefore, it has more stable inbound logistics compared to LG Chem. The second major problem is unfriendly domestic market for electric vehicle. Currently, the Korean government is supporting for hydrogen cars instead of electric vehicles. Along with the government, big car manufacturing companies in Korea, like Hyundai Motors, is also heavily investing on hydrogen cars. Hydrogen cars itself is inferior to electric vehicles because it has less infrastructure and is more expensive. However, due to domestic government support, hydrogen cars are getting more demands domestically. Therefore, domestic demands are heading towards hydrogen cars rather than EV, and this is very disadvantageous for LG Chem's perspectives. Therefore, now LG Chem should broaden its global market share. Of course, it has many production sites globally and is expanding its production site in Poland, but it is considerably far from its supplier, China. Therefore, it is recommended for LG Chem to seek for a new, better location to expand its marketplace. Lastly, the third major problem is the intensity of competitors. CATL, which is a young Chinese battery company, has won over the global number 1 place of Panasonic in battery market. Also, BYD, again a Chinese company, has won over Tesla in EV market. Like this, competition is going on and is even expected to be increased as the demand for rechargeable batteries is also increasing. So, LG Chem should prepare for future demands in order to maintain its global market share. This was Sunjin Kim from Korea. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunjin. What a wonderful analysis. Now, let's call him Youngmin, who is the head analyst of SSY. Youngmin, are you there?
Oh, hello there, people in US. My name is Youngmin An, the head analyst, and I'm here to give LG Chemical the solution to break through these massive situations. My solution could be concluded in one sentence: JIP, which stands for Joint Venture, Indian Market, and New Product, which is called Phoenix. Let me explain you in details. The first one is joint venture with 3M as a strategic solution. Hak Chul Shin has been working in 3M and has relationship with the 3M employees. If LG Chemical can leverage this relationship strength of Shin, it can build a joint venture with 3M internalizing the battery materials. LG Chemical and 3M can both benefit from this joint venture, as they can learn more about the batteries and the battery materials itself. Therefore, as a result, LG Chemical can benefit from this joint venture by internalizing the material and decreasing the dependency on the Chinese market, and thus improving its weak inbound logistics. The second one is Indian market as an operational solution. The domestic market of EV is not so friendly in Korea. Therefore, LG Chemical should go globally. However, it already has a lot of factories in US, Poland, or China. Therefore, we have to find another place for the factory. I suggest India. This is because India's EV demand is rising and rising dramatically. In addition, I did the weighted center of gravity method to find out the best location for your factory, for the LG Chemicals factory. The result was the place where Kia Motors is planning to build a factory for EV, which is the closest demand point for your batteries. This place of location of factory will help LG Chemical to secure its original market share as well as expanding the market share. Last but not least, the new battery for the product Phoenix as a marketing solution. LG Chemical should do incremental innovation to cooperate with robotics company to build a new battery for firefighting robot, which I would like to call Phoenix. Why firefighting robot? As seen in the Notre Dame case, where a robot called Colossus took off all the fires in the Notre Dame, these kind of firefighting robots could be beneficial to LG Chemical in terms of enhancing the brand image. As robot industry is growing and growing year by year, just as you see in this graph, the LG Chemical can benefit from this cooperation with robotics market. I would like to suggest the cooperation target of Robotis, a Korean company that specializes in robotics and is a friend of LG Group itself. If LG Chemical can cooperate with this Robotis and develop the new battery for the firefighting robot, it can enhance the brand image of LG Chemical. On the other hand, LG Chemical can become a first mover in the robot industry among the battery peers. So, in the future, its competitive relative advantage could be enhanced by this first mover advantage. This was the end of our solutions. So these solutions are summarized in this graph, but don't memorize it. You just have to memorize this one sentence, JIP. Thank you very much. This was Youngmin An.
Thank you for fantastic solution, Youngmin. And additionally, SSY company sent us an integrated report for detailed strategy. If you want to get it, call the SKBC Customer Center. So far, this is Do-Young Kim, the anchor of SKBC. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.